Hi guys, I'm Lovell and I'm here today to talk to you about my new book Conquered. It's book 2 in the She Who Dares series and the sequel to Besieged. Conquered is basically, it's a direct follow-on of Besieged. So if you haven't read Besieged, Besieged is about two characters, Lily and Theo. Lily's very feisty, very sassy, very independent. Theo is a kind of typical millionaire, man whore, charming, always gets what he wants. And of course he decides he wants Lily. So you sort of end up with this story of this push and pull between them, and this kind of situation where sort of in a way they sort of fix each other. But if you've read Besieged, then you'll know that there is a massive cliffhanger on the end of it. And basically Conquered is all about how that's resolved. It's almost a bit of a link-up book really between Besieged, there's Besieged, Conquered, and then Surrendered. So Surrendered will be the end of their story. So yeah, I'm just going to read you the prologue of Conquered, which is from Theo's point of view. They say that some things in life are worth fighting for. They also say that if you love something, let it go. How do you fight for someone when to do so would only hurt them? How do you fight when the other person has already let go? How do you let go of something that's so crucial to your happiness, so fundamental to your being that to lose it is to lose yourself? Is it selfish to try to keep that person? Is it selfish to fight for them? I never believed in love before. I'd never met anyone who made me want anything more than one night. Then I met her. She came into my life like an explosion, igniting everything she touched, blinding in her brilliance. Earth-shattering. She shook my foundations to the core. She made me fall hard. She made me want to risk everything for her, including myself. There are some things in life that you would chase to the ends of the earth. There are some things that you would sell your soul for and give up all that you have for, all that you are. Lily Parker is one of those things. In the aftermath of her, I have been destroyed. A devastation knowing no bounds. I risked it all and I lost. Now I'm left standing in the ruins of what once was. The thing is though, if I was given the chance to go back, I'd risk it all again, for her. Love is not something that wanes easily. To love is to feel pain, to feel vulnerable, but also to feel alive. Love is the difference between living and existing. The loss of love is a test in survival. I'm surviving, just. Okay, so that's the prologue of Conquered. And the lady at Sinfully have sent me some questions to answer for you guys. So, will Theo and Lily's story conclude here, or are there more works? Yeah, basically there'll be a third book, Surrendered, as I said, and there's also going to be a fourth book, which is actually Hugo and Molly's story, and then that will be it for the She Who Dares series. Where did Theo and Lily come from? Are they based on real people or complete creations of your imagination? I think relatively when you create characters, I think they're always based on somebody. Theo and Hugo are actually based on two Irish friends of mine who are just animals. And Lily, I think again when you create a female character, I think you always put a little bit of yourself in her. And I would say that's definitely the case with Lily. Certainly my friends who've read the book have been like, you know, definitely the case. So what next after Theo and Lily? Again, as a writer, I think you've always got ideas. I think you've always got the next thing that you want to do. Your brain is just constantly going with things you could write about. So yeah, I've certainly got a couple of ideas. Coming soon will be a novella. It's actually completely unrelated to the She Who Dares series, but I'm going to write it alongside Surrendered. So I'm going to try and write the two side by side. Never done it before, but I shall have a go. And that's going to be a little bit Bridget Jones, but with a lot more filth in it, basically. But it's the same idea. It's meant to be very light-hearted. There's not really any story to it. It's sort of a diary of a single girl type situation, but a single girl with no morals. So it's it should be quite entertaining. Who are your go-to authors when you want to curl up with a good romance? Well, obviously Kristen Ashley. She's an absolute go-to. I love Kylie Scott's Stage Dive series. I'm also a real fan of Nalini Singh. I love her paranormal romance. And L.A. Casey. Gotta love some Irish humour. So that's it. I've been Lovell. Thank you for listening.